Class.
Good morning.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the founding documents that helped establish the American system of government. So to introduce you guys to this a little bit, I want to show you a video really quick. Okay, so just pay attention and listen as best as possible.
This is a secondary source.
Halfway across the globe and we're standing on the ground. Swaying across the waves, you can't hear a sound. There's no fair trials, no train, no liberties, no tea. We've colonized America, we won't stand for tyranny. Okay, and it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Paid your foolish tax, read the ads, and they just won't do.
Okay, so that video was about the Declaration of Independence, and the guy singing was supposed to be Thomas Jefferson. Okay, so he wrote the Declaration of Independence. But yeah, so that was just supposed to give you guys like an introduction to some of the ideas that we're talking about today. He talked about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which is kind of a spin-off of the idea of natural rights by John Locke, which is life, liberty, and property. Okay, and they also talked about popular sovereignty, which was kind of like the people would rule the government instead of having a king or nobles do it. So I found this meme online if you guys just want to pass it around and read it. Okay, and you guys are going to get a worksheet that I'm going to pass out now, and I'm going to explain what we're doing today. Okay, so today we're going to learn about the founding documents, like I said earlier, and we're going to have a foldable where you have a reading activity, and in the reading activity you're going to find information about the founding documents. Okay, so if you flip to the last page in your activity sheet, you're going to see this. Okay, you're going to see this sheet. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take some safety scissors. And I don't have enough for everybody, so if you guys just want to share at your table, that's fine. There you go. I'll give you guys blue. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to fold, you're going to cut along the lines with the scissors on them. Okay, and so, but you're only going to cut to the black line. Okay, so you're only going to cut maybe 2 or 3 inches. Okay, and you're going to have 4 cuts on each side of the document. Okay, so it should end up looking like this once it's all cut up.
What side am I cutting?
Both sides.
Oh, okay.
You're just cutting along the line with the scissors on it. So it should look something like this when you're done. Okay, then once you're done cutting both sides, I'm going to show you how we're going to fold it to make the foldable activity. Make sure to cut all the way to the black line because it has to do with how we're going to fold it. Okay, so now that everyone's pretty much done with that, okay, if you look at this side, it has all these pictures of documents on the one side. So if you take that and you put it in your left hand facing down, okay, this is how we're gonna try and fold it, okay? So then you're gonna take this side, the right side, and you're gonna fold it over to the black line. You're gonna fold all those sections over to the black line and on the other side of the paper. Not the side with the pictures, the other side, the right side.
So the big ideal side.
Yeah, the big idea side and the side with the 2 questions. So at the end, it's going to kind of look like this. And then you're going to take the other side, the side with the pictures on it, and you're going to fold that over to the other side as well. Okay, so you're going to keep folding it over until you have this. And you should have this as the middle section on the back. All right, everyone can just hold them up when they're done so I can see that you guys did it right. All right, good job, guys. Feels good.
Thank you very much.
Wait, flip around.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, you did it the wrong way.
Taking credit before credit is due.
So this side with the pictures on it was supposed to be on the left side on the bottom. Yeah, facing towards your desk. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now that you have that filled out, you guys are going to have a little bit of a reading activity, which is the staple pieces of paper in your packet. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to highlight the information as you read it. Okay, you're going to find the important information in the reading that will help you fill out the foldable information. Okay, one thing that I want to make sure you guys get though is I don't want you highlighting as you're reading because then you're going to end up highlighting the whole thing. I just want you to read the paragraph first and then highlight the information. Okay, so you figure out what's really important and what's not so important. Because some of it's just details. So I want you to get started on that, and I'll stop you in a little bit with some questions. So I don't want you guys highlighting like this. I want you guys highlighting like this. Okay, so nothing like this, just this.
Just copy that.
I knew you guys weren't going to do that, so I turned it around.
Big words, big words.
Right, so if you see a bolded italic word, that's probably important, right? But I want you guys to make sure to read the information around it, okay? Because those words aren't just going to give you enough information to fill out the foldable. And you guys can look at your foldables too to see what information you actually need, okay? So you guys are going to need to figure out what type of document it was, who wrote it, when it was written, why they wrote it, and what big ideas were stressed in those documents. Make sure to read all the paragraphs first. There are 2 at the top that you have to read as well. Okay, so now that you guys have kind of finished reading the first few paragraphs, I want to ask you a few questions. Okay. So, in the Middle Ages, who did the king share his power with? Use your hand if you know the answer.
The church.
No, not quite.
The nobility.
The nobility, right. Okay, so the king shared the power with the nobility in England.
The second
Okay.
sentence.
Why do you think King John suddenly tried to take all of the power himself after sharing it successfully with the nobility for so many years? Why do you think the king wanted all the power to himself? Oh, he might have been greedy, right? He didn't want anybody telling him what to do. Okay, that was a really good answer. Good contextual thinking. Anybody else have any ideas why the king might have wanted to take the power for himself? Dexter?
Well, to be totally honest, I only read Mayflower Compact.
Okay, well, like I said, there are 2 paragraphs you had to read at the top as well, so just make sure to go back and read those, because they kind of give you an introduction into the reading. Shelby?
I think that he wanted to take all the power for himself because he thought he could do it by himself and didn't need anybody else.
Right, okay, so he didn't really want anybody else infringing on his power. He wanted to be the only one who was the boss. Okay, so he was greedy, he didn't want anybody else to have the power, but he also didn't want other people telling him what to do. Okay, so he didn't want to lose control over the people, but he didn't want to lose control of himself either. Okay, so those are good answers, really good historical thinking. Okay, so then you guys can keep reading the next 2 paragraphs, and I'll stop you again after you guys are done highlighting Kings versus Nobles round 2. Okay. If you need help, just let me know. Okay, these are really good highlighting skills. I like what Amanda's doing. Okay, she's just highlighting the important information. She's not highlighting that much text. You just want to bring out the key ideas. Okay, if you guys want to fill out your manipulatives as you're reading too, that works as well. So if you find information on the Magna Carta, you can fill out that information. If you find information on the Mayflower Compact, you can fill out that information. So fill it out as you go. Okay, so now that you guys have kind of finished the other 2 paragraphs that we're going to read, I want to stop you again and ask you another few questions. Okay, so which document was a result of a conflict between the King of England and the English Parliament? Amanda?
The Mayflower contract?
No, not quite.
I know this one.
Okay, Dexter?
The English Bill of Rights.
The English Bill of Rights. Okay, good job, right? Because the nobility found that the king still had too much power. So they wanted to limit his power even more than that, right? Okay, so why do you think the Pilgrims agreed to set up a new government when they landed in America with the Mayflower Compact? What's the importance of having an established government? Shelby?
So that the people aren't running around amok.
Right, so there's a little bit more order, right, than there would be if there wasn't any type of government at all, right, Dexter?
They would protect each other.
Right, they would protect each other, right? So they want to protect the rights of everybody else. They want to make sure that people are acting like they're supposed to. Okay, is it over? Oh.
You're at 12 minutes. I was just giving you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought
Well,
you were giving me
then
one.
we're done.
Everything is fair.
Okay, so everything is fair, right? So everything's kind of equal, organized, everything like that. Okay? So since we're out of time, I won't go any